Major League Batting Crown champion, and he was also an 8-time defensive Gold Glover.
Yeah. Tony Gwynn, and plus what he did after his career.
Yeah.
Just was fantastic, man. The way he gave back.
Yeah.
The way he gave back while he was playing. You know, and I could go on for days about Tony Gwynn.
He's my favorite baseball player all time, and it's not even close.
I could go on for days about Tony Gwynn, and I don't have enough memory. You don't have enough memory, and we don't have enough energy in this building to keep me going on Tony Gwynn.
I literally had to fight myself from crying when I found out he died.
Oh, man.
And I had a shot to meet him at the Negro Leagues Museum in 2012 when they had the All-Star Game. I was off that day, but I did not know he was there until after it happened.
So let me tell you this. My amateur baseball coach, Britton Motley, coached me for 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. You know who was on that? He was drafted from Hickman Mills High School. You know who he got to rub shoulders with while he was with the Padres?
Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn. He adopted all of his hitting styles, and he transferred them to us. And, you know, it's amazing how much the game has changed. And I'm not going to get off on this tangent very much, but the way the game has changed from how he hit to how hitters hit now, it's night and day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's not even night and day.
Right.
It is the Milky Way versus the rest of the universe. Because Tony Gwynn was a mastermind of hitting.
Oh, my God.
And now they've changed the way hitting is taught.
Well, yeah, because you want to hit home runs.
Yes. Tony Gwynn didn't care about hitting home runs.
No,
Tony Gwynn, if you threw a pitch that he get home run with, he would do it. Yeah. But other than that, he wanted to be in that 5.5 hole.
Yep.
Get RBIs.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane, man. 1 strikeout, 162 games. You have 4 at-bats a game? Come on, man. No, that will never happen again.
No, it won't.
Never.
No.
The least amount of strikeouts a player had this year was 28.
Yeah.
And that was from a guy who didn't even play all year.
Yep. His lifetime batting average was .338, which is like
I think it's third high. I think it's second highest.
Something like that.
It's second highest.
But even in our time, it is the highest of all time.
Oh yeah.
It's not even close.
The 1 or 2 people in front of him played in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Exactly.
So yes,
like
Tony
Ty
Gwynn.
Cobb
Yes.
and all that.
Yeah. Back when they didn't play 162 games,
and
they played 40 games.
They didn't have black athletes either playing against them.
Yeah. So I like that one. I really do. I like Tony Gwynn being up there. Now my number 3.
Okay.
Michael Jordan is my number 3.
Okay.
And for the same reasons that you said, there's nowhere in this world that Michael Jordan can go and people don't know who he is.
Right.
Much like my other 2.
Right.
There's no place in the world these 3 so far can go that people don't know who they are.
Right.
Michael Jordan was just an advocate for entrepreneurship while being a professional.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, did he have some problems gambling? Yes. But he
had enough money. He was not broke.
Is it a gambling problem if you have the money to keep gambling it?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
But, you know, people called him a bad teammate. No, he's not a bad teammate. He's a teammate who wants the most out of you.
Oh, yeah.
Period, point blank. Y'all talk about Mamba mentality with Kobe Bryant? No, this was the Jordan mentality before the Mamba mentality.
Yeah, he will rip.
Michael Jordan would rip a coach. He would rip a general manager. He would rip a player. Ask Scottie Pippen. Ask Dennis Rodman. Ask
the kid in high school when he got cut from the basketball team. He brought him out to his inaugural speech at the Hall of Fame and said, "This was the guy
that beat me out in 10th grade."
So he made him look silly. You know, saying that. You know. You know, and so like you couldn't even go. Yeah, I was the guy that. You know, that I made the team and Michael Jordan didn't because
I'm a Hall of Famer and you're not. You didn't play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So, exactly. I mean, just what he's done, the charities that he does. He has the Jordan School, all that stuff. You know, you can't talk about the greatest athlete of all time without Michael Jordan, as you saw from both our lists.
Right.
I think on 90% of lists that would be made, Michael Jordan would be on.
Oh, absolutely.
Would be on them.
And you couldn't argue that.
No, not at all.
I mean, only stupid people or people that are I won't say stupid people, but ignorant people who do not know nothing about sports.
I don't care if you're pro LeBron, anti LeBron, Magic Johnson, all that stuff.
And you know, it's ironic. Neither one of us had LeBron on our list.
No, because maybe looking into it in the future, if we do this in 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
But no, right now, no. Right now, no.
No. Number 2, Wayne Gretzky.
And remember what we talked about the honorable mentions. If you're talking about the top 100, they can interchange. He was my honorable mention.
He was his honorable mention. Wayne Gretzky will set records that NHL hockey will never set.
Never.
He had 92 goals in 80 games, which is unprecedented.
Wasn't it? He had 240 points.
200
so assists and goals in one season.
Yeah.
Never
and
been touched.
if you get 100 points in a season as a player now, you're getting like $15-20 million.
You're getting MVP.
Yeah, all that. I mean, he was just totally phenomenal. Wayne or Gordie Howe. Excuse me. Gordie Howe took 26 years to set the record. All of his point records, his most goals, most assists, most total points. It took Wayne Gretzky 13 years to beat it.
And he played 19 seasons.
This is kind of similar to like when Babe Ruth hit 714. Hank Aaron would have had to hit literally 900 home runs to compare what Wayne Gretzky did with Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
And he owned the Phoenix Coyotes. And there was a guy, he said that this was in the 90s. He had a book out, and he also endorsed Gildan T-shirts, which was Canadian. But he said that he went to St. Louis and saw a hockey game with Wayne Gretzky, and he said, trying to check Wayne Gretzky. Now, Wayne Gretzky was this skinny little kid, wasn't very fast, wasn't very strong, but he said trying to check Wayne Gretzky was like trying to hit a feather with a baseball bat. And to me, that was like a big compliment, because he had vision that was better than Magic Johnson, and you can't argue how great of a vision he had. But on a hockey, on a hockey rink and on ice and
on skates,
right,
that are that thin.
And he could find people like Patrick Mahomes throwing to Marcus Robinson on the no-look pass. He did that all the time. And those Edmonton Oilers teams were just phenomenal. They won 4 straight Stanley Cups from 83 to 86. And then he goes over to the Los Angeles Kings, and he goes to another Stanley Cup, but they didn't win. But anyway,
when you talk about the greatest of all time in hockey, it's Gretzky, and that's unanimous.
And if you would say that there is another person who would deserve to have his number retired by everybody, and it would be Wayne Gretzky, number 99. And I got a jersey for my Christmas present this year, so it is sitting in the closet. And I loved it. It's the Edmonton Oilers ones.
There is no debate about who's the GOAT in hockey.
No.
It's Wayne Gretzky.
It's Wayne Gretzky. Not Crosby.
But what he did for the community, man, is what we talked about. He may not be world renowned, but he is definitely North American renowned.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's just because hockey's big here.
Right.
And in Russia, you can forget. If you go anywhere, Wayne Gretzky gonna be known. You can go in the sewers and Wayne Gretzky gonna be known.
And you know who his son-in-law is?
Who?
Dustin Johnson.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Dustin Johnson, golfer. He's a bad man too.
Yep.
So that was your number 2, right?
That was my number 2.
My number 2 is another Michael. Michael Phelps.
Ooh.
Michael Phelps. And yes, he had, and I'm going to start with the turmoil. He had the weed turmoil. But you know what, man? At some point, it's just like they keep legalizing it everywhere else. So eventually you got to forget about that turmoil. But he has the most Olympic medals out of any Olympian. Not American, Olympian.
All time.
Ever. Ever. And we're talking about 5. Is it 5? 4 Olympics. And people keep talking about 2020, but I don't know if he will. He's old, man. He's getting old.
Yeah,
but the man keeps swimming.
Yeah.
He keeps, like Dory said in Finding Nemo, just keeps swimming. Yeah. And Michael Phelps does it. He does great things for the community, great charities. He goes out and does charity events with golf. He's even working on a Special Olympics branch for swimming.
Yeah.
How about that, man? I mean, goodness gracious, dude.
Yeah.
You have branches in Special Olympics for everything else, but up until the last 4 or 5 years when Michael Phelps decided to do it, you didn't have it for swimming.
Right.
And now you do. Michael Phelps, not only for what he did with the jewelry around his neck, he's got more gold medals than some people have medals.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah, he made Mark Spitz look like an
Yep.
average swimmer.
And you know, there's another United States Olympian that's going to beat him. And it's going to be Katie Ledecky. And the crazy thing is they're both swimmers.
Uh-huh.
Katie Ledecky is beating people so bad that she's being interviewed when people are finishing. She's beating. She's
wow.
in the 1,500 meter race in a pool, which I think it's 10 down and backs. Okay. She's beating people by a length and a half. That's not a long race in swimming.
No.
She's beating people by the 5,000 by minutes, not seconds. Minutes.
Wow, that is incredible.
And there's no other way to look at that. I mean, she's going to be she's 4 gold medals behind Michael Phelps already.
Right.
And she competed in 1 Olympics. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But Michael Phelps did stuff that no Olympian's ever done. Win all gold medals in swimming.
He's the Wayne Gretzky of swimming.
He's the Wayne Gretzky of swimming. And it's just great to see how the world takes him in. He has houses all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't have to pay for a thing.
Nope.
I mean, he's a great family guy. I follow him on Instagram, all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
he just got married, didn't he?
Yep,
And have a child.
Yep. He had a kid. He had a kid right before Rio.
Right.
Right before
in
Rio.
2016.
Yep. So, I mean, he's my number 2. And you notice there's a trend with mine. You can go around in the world, and these people will be recognized.
Right.
So, that kind of shows you where the Mount Rushmore is headed.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Number 1. Walter Payton.
Ooh, sweetness.
He was just an average size running back from Jackson State.
He's a Bears fan, guys.
I am a Bears fan, and I'm telling you what he did was incredible. He was the leading rusher in NFL history. He overtook Jim Brown, who Jim Brown should have been on our list too. So, and yeah,
that just shows you.
Yeah.
That this list, we could have done this in the top 50.
Oh yeah, we could have.
We could have done top 50
easily. But Walter Payton, what the incredible thing was, he was very. He was in such great shape that he only missed 2 games in his whole career, and he was
mind you, he played in the most physical era of football.
Oh my God, yeah, they would literally rip your head off, and you get up and go back again. And every time he got tackled, he'd hop right back up. He never once struggled. I don't care how hard he got his bell rung or whatever. He got right back up and ran back into the huddle.
Yep.
Great guy, humanitarian. He has the Walter Payton Award for all the players now.
That shows you. That shows you right there.
There
man.
you go. And I have his son on Twitter, and I watch all the stuff. I have a picture that I just saw on Twitter last week of Walter Payton and Jim McMahon together. And so Jared said he would love to sit down with Jim and talk about what they were discussing at that moment. It was in the '86 Super Bowl 20, where they was just standing on the sideline by themselves. And he said, "I would love to hear the discussion that you guys had together."
Right.
I do love the Bears. The '85 Bears are my favorite team much that my sister knew how much I loved the team. My kids know how much I love the team, that she got me a replica Super Bowl 20 championship ring. And I would never wear a replica ring, but right after I got this one, Jimmy Ross, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much. But when my sister got this for me, her and her husband Ryan got this for me, I said, no, this is one I will wear. So I wear 2 rings, my championship ring and the Bear ring. That's how much the Bears mean to me. That's how much Walter Payton. He died at a young age, at 44 years old, and I never forget. My daughter was less than a year old, and I cried. I sat when they were doing the moment of silence before a Bears game. I cried like a baby with my daughter, holding my daughter very tightly, and just crying because it was so sad. And my first dog that I had with her and her mom, we named him Peyton. So,
and that's kind of where the Mount Rushmore thing is. It changes from person to person because Walter Payton had an effect on you.
Right.
You know, but obviously I wasn't around with Walter Payton, so
No.
I can only go by highlights.
Right.
Would Walter Payton be in my top 100? Easily.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? But there's a lot of people who would be in my top 100.
Exactly.
But not to say we saved the best for last or anything like that. I'll just get to go last. My number one, and if you guys know anything from me, I am not a traditional sports fan. I don't just focus on football. Don't just focus on basketball. Don't just focus on baseball. I like to spread my talents around. I like NASCAR.
Yeah.
I like dirt track racing. I like swimming. I like tennis. I like golf. Which leads me to my number one.
Okay.
In the middle of my Mount Rushmore, with the other four athletes looking down on him, or looking up on him,
Right.
is Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods.
Cannot argue.
Tiger Woods. Yes, 2008 he had a horrific, whatever you want to call it, a horrific event in his life.
Right.
But think about what this man has done. 18-year-old wins his first major. They talking about, oh, cool, he just came on, he's good. Uh-oh. They're talking about, oh, okay, this is just a fluke. Wins another couple tournaments. Okay, this young brother can play a little bit. Plays pretty good in a couple more tournaments. Then rattles off. Between 98 and 2001. In that time frame, 11 straight tournament wins. Which includes the calendar major slam.
Yep.
That includes that.
Yep.
Okay, because Tiger Woods ain't entering
And
in
outside of Ben Hogan, he's the only one to do it.
He's the only one to do it. Outside of Sam Snead, there's only one person close to Sam Snead and wins.
Yep.
And that's Tiger Woods.
Yep.
Sam Snead got 89, Tiger got 88.
Yep.
The only thing that people argue with Tiger Woods about being the greatest of all time is the majors. And between 2008 and now, he hasn't won a major.
No.
That's 11 years.
Yeah, right.
At the end of this year, it'll be 11 years.
Right.
Which I think he has a chance to win. You've seen him have a chance to win.
This year he does have a shot.
Jack Nicklaus won 18 majors against lesser talent.
Right.
Jack Nicklaus wouldn't win majors today.
No.
No doubt in my mind he wouldn't win. With the likes of John Rahm, you hitting the golf ball 360 yards. Dustin Johnson, who you talked about with Wayne Gretzky, almost got an ace on a 424-yard par 4. At Kapalua, granted it's downhill, it slopes, all that stuff, but it was almost an ace, a hole-in-one. You have these young cats, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas. You have all these other guys, great guys, and Tiger Woods is still out there competing with these guys.
Right, and even Tiger Woods said, I can't hit it as far as I used to.
No, so he has to learn. To put it in perspective, and I know me and my buddy Greg have talked about this many times with Royce Gracie in UFC. Tiger Woods, the PGA had to change golf courses, not hole, courses.
For Tiger Woods.
And they called it tiger-proofing the golf course, which made it even harder for the other players.
Yeah.
And it just made it challenging for Tiger.
Right.
Let's add trees here. Let's add water here. Let's add a bunker here. Let's make this rough thicker.
Right.
Not only that, PGA winnings went up 250% from 2001 to 2003.
Yep.
What happened between 1999 and 2001, like I told you? Tiger Woods was taking the universe by storm. The world by storm. Nike commercials, Gatorade commercials, Gillette commercials, EA Sports was Tiger Woods all the way.
Exactly. All you had to do was say Tiger and
you can do that now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Tiger, you can do that now.
Well, here's even the greater thing. As almost humanized as he's been the last few years, when he got close to winning that last major last year,
Yep.
who was watching? Everybody.
The rating, they actually, CBS, because that was the tournament, that was the tournament sponsor. CBS was afraid that they would lose coverage. So many people across the world were watching it. They were afraid their servers couldn't hold up to it. And that's amazing to think, because in 2008, you weren't having that discussion because there were people watching, there were viewers. But just because Tiger, they'd seen Tiger Woods be great. So they didn't care. It's just another week Tiger was playing good. But then you have the 10-year layoff where he doesn't win. He doesn't even get close to winning. Injuries, back surgeries. And then all of a sudden he gets close to winning at a major. And, last year it was all about the Tiger story. He came back, played great in the Bahamas, and then played great other times. And then you saw pieces where he'd shoot a 64 in a round. You'd be like, oh, Tiger's back. And then he'd shoot a 70 in the next round. But then that major came last year at Augusta. And he played his butt off. And that is Tiger Woods' golf course. I don't care what you got to say. And all of a sudden the ratings, boom, shot through the ABC is who covers the Augusta. And they were afraid they weren't going to be able to support the server.
No.
They were afraid the server was going to crash because of how many people were watching it. That's the Tiger Woods effect.
Exactly.
Money went down over the last 10 years because Tiger wasn't winning. Tiger wasn't playing.
No.
Tiger came back. Woo, let's go.
Justin Spieth won. Justin Rose won. Dustin Johnson won. And you're like, okay, cool, whatever. But you always looked in the paper to see where Tiger Woods was. Him and Tom Watson were the two guys that I always checked. And Tom Watson is a Kansas City, and he's always one of my favorites. So those are the two guys that I will always check. And here's the thing. He got young kids, and not only just young kids, young black kids to play golf. And everybody wanted to play golf. Everybody wanted to be out there. They wanted to caddy. They wanted to do all that.
Now, what you said there was about the with the young black kids. But what you said after that, everybody, men, women, children. I think dogs even wanted to go out and play golf. To be honest with you, and that is the Tiger Woods effect. Tiger Woods cannot go anywhere in this world, anywhere. Why? They play golf tournaments all over the world.
Exactly.
They don't play golf tournament in Russia, but I guarantee you he could go to Russia, they'd be like, that's Tiger Woods. It's absolutely amazing. And if Tiger ever gets back, and I don't think he will, where he gets back to the old self.
Right. But it's going to be hard because in 6 years he's going to be 50.
Exactly.
So he'll be on the senior tour.
No, 55 is the senior tour now.
Oh, really?
It's 55 now.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that's why Vijay Singh is still able to play. He's 53. So he can still play in these tournaments if he wants to. But you look at Tiger Woods and all that other stuff. Tiger Woods has still done great things for the community as well. Even after, his incident in 2008. He's a $1 billion athlete. He was the second $1 billion athlete. And I'm not talking about second $1 billion athlete because of endorsements. He had career earnings. Golf is big time payout if you win.
Oh, huge.
Career earnings was in the billions. Now, to show you how much power Tiger Woods has in the sport of golf, when he had the thing go down, his three biggest sponsors, Nike, Buick, Gatorade, were his three biggest sponsors. Gatorade said, we're good, we got other athletes. Okay, you don't have Tiger Woods. Nike and Buick said, we ain't going nowhere. You tripping. This is Tiger Woods. And Nike and Buick made the right decision because all of a sudden, they're blowing up again. And Tiger Woods won a regular tournament last year, and you thought the world was going to end. It's amazing, man.
I was ecstatic when he won.
It's amazing, man. When Tiger Woods is playing, everybody watches.
Yeah, everybody does watch.
Everybody watches. So, guys, there's our Mount Rushmores, man.
Absolutely.
And they're both great lists.
Awesome lists.
Both great lists. I mean, I could take his list and we could exchange lists and we'd be fine with it. But I'm going to put them up on a poll later tonight after I get these videos downloaded and stuff.
Absolutely.
And let you guys vote on them and whatnot.
There you go.
And once again, we're here from Southside Bar and Grill on 103rd State Line. Right next to Panera.
Panera and Price Chopper. Great food. Annie is the owner, and she is awesome.
Yep.
Come in and see her. Tell her that the Awesome Voice and Griddy sent you here. Have one meal here, and you'll start liking it.
Yep.
And come in here a little more often.
Also, don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, B-Dogs, DAWGS Sports Show, and enjoy, man. Enjoy.
Absolutely. And just a saying, Rick,
Yep.
we love you, buddy. This is the first year that we weren't not having a Super Bowl party because of him, because he was the one that always ran it and everything else. So, hashtag Bollinger Strong,
Yep.
hashtag Jackie Robinson, hashtag Griddy, hashtag The Awesome Voice, and hashtag B-Dog Sports Show.
Yep. And with that, for Griddy and the Awesome Boys, I think we had a good night, man.
I think we had an awesome night.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys get back to us with some feedback, and I think we're going to enjoy some of this pizza over here. So,
Absolutely. And with that, I am Brian Kress, the Awesome Voice with Griddy. Be awesome, not angry, and you guys have a great evening, and do enjoy the Super Bowl.
always enjoy the Super Bowl, national holiday.